Many of you have loved ones, non-family beneficiaries, or important causes you're thinking about leaving part of your estate to when you've passed away. My video is meant to give you a few ideas about the part of your living trust that deals with who gets what, how they get it, and when they get it. I call this part your recipe. Prior to watching this video, it might be useful if you watch my short little video called The Basics of a Living Trust on my website. You'll get the big picture of how a living trust works in just a few short minutes. Okay, if you've got kids, then you're likely going to give those kids most of your estate plan when you pass away. That sounds simple enough, but it really isn't. What if they're young? What if they don't handle money well? What if they're married? And what happens if you give other people or charitable beneficiaries part of your estate too? Lots to think about. Here's something that sounds logical. Let's say you have 2 adult children, Zeno and Gracie. You decide that, since they're adults, you will divide your estate equally upon your death, giving each child 50% of your estate. You eventually pass away, and Zeno and Gracie each get their share. A few months later, Zeno has a terrible accident. He passes away, leaving 2 young children, your grandchildren. It is logical to hope that Zeno's children would get his money. But that may not happen. The money is no longer controlled by Zeno. Since Zeno is married, it is likely that whatever Zeno had would go to his spouse. If the spouse remarries in a few years, would Zeno's children, your grandchildren, get shortchanged? There are ways to prevent this situation. I have a video in the Learning Center of my website about this. It's called the Marriage Protection Trust. What if you have young kids? If you pass away, wouldn't it be nice to ensure that there's enough money for college or medical expenses or living expenses for those children? Even if you have enough money, that money may not be spent in a sensible manner. Many folks feel that the children should be given money outright when they turn 21. I don't like that idea. I think children at 21 are not ready to inherit much money. Here's an idea you might find helpful. Why not set up a sprinkling trust for your minor children or all of your children until the youngest one reaches 23 or 25 years old? I'll show you how it works. When you pass away, or you and your spouse pass away if you're married, all of your trust estate, or the portion of your trust estate that you want to give to your children, is allocated to a trust called a sprinkling trust. A sprinkling trust is a trust managed by a trustee or trustees for the benefit of a group, in this case your children. But this group could be any situation where some of the beneficiaries are young. It doesn't have to be children. The term sprinkling trust is used because the trustee can sprinkle money among the group. One of the children may need more money spent on health issues, another one on education, or whatever. The flexibility of a sprinkling trust allows the trustee to pay more to one beneficiary if it's necessary. Then, after the youngest beneficiary reaches 23 or 25 or whatever years old, the remainder of the sprinkling trust is divided equally among all of the children beneficiaries. Remember, all of the children are beneficiaries and can get their needs met until the youngest beneficiary reaches the termination age. We've been using the age 23 or 25 in our examples. A sprinkling trust is a great way to make sure emergencies are taken care of and money is given out under a sensible plan while some or all the beneficiaries are young. The trustee can be one or more family members. or friends or professionals. A sprinkling trust gives the trustee the ability to control and invest the children's inheritance until the termination age. I hope my little video has given you something to think about. I'd love it if you'd share this video with friends and family. I'm estate planning attorney Hollis Logue.